Lesnar trying to get the F5.
Calf crusher.
Oh my God.
Calf crusher. It's locked in.
Calf crusher to the...
Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, has built a career around being one of the most dominant and unpredictable forces in the world of professional wrestling. His raw power, relentless aggression, and larger-than-life persona have made him a fan favorite, but it's his moments of unpredictability and controversy that have truly cemented his legacy. From unscripted promos to shocking actions that stun the world, Lesnar's journey is one filled with chaos and headlines. Let's take a deep dive into some of his most jaw-dropping headline-making moments. Lesnar insults UFC sponsor, a post-fight rant that shook the MMA world. Our journey into Brock Lesnar's most controversial moments begins with an unforgettable incident that left fans and UFC officials reeling. On July 11, 2009, UFC 101 took place, featuring a highly anticipated rematch between Lesnar and Frank Mir. The action inside the octagon was intense, but it was what happened afterward that truly made waves. After defeating Mir, Lesnar, fueled by adrenaline, took to the mic for his post-fight interview. With the swagger that only Lesnar could muster, he made a shocking comment that took everyone by surprise. "I'm gonna go home tonight. I'm gonna drink a Coors Light. That's a Coors Light, because Bud Light won't pay Minothan," he boldly stated. The audience was stunned into silence. It was a direct slap in the face to Bud Light, one of UFC's biggest sponsors. Lesnar, without hesitation, had aired his grievances for all to hear. The Vince McMahon scandal, allegations, and controversy. Though Brock Lesnar's actions have often been shocking, not all of his moments have been lighthearted or comedic. One of the most disturbing controversies involving Lesnar came amidst the Vince McMahon sexual trafficking scandal. The allegations were explosive, centered around Vince McMahon, the powerful chairman of WWE, and claims that he had tried to coerce a woman, Janelle Grant, into creating explicit content directed at Lesnar. The goal was allegedly to entice Lesnar back to WWE, a move McMahon believed would boost ratings and revenue. Though Lesnar's name wasn't central to the scandal, the connection to McMahon was enough to send shockwaves through the wrestling world. Fans were left grappling with the dark side of the business that they had long adored. While Lesnar's involvement was unclear, the very idea of such an exploitative scheme seemed unfathomable for a company as revered as WWE. The scandal would forever taint McMahon's legacy, and Lesnar's own involvement, even peripherally, caused people to look at him through a different lens. Lesnar's chest tattoo, the infamous sword. Another controversial moment involving Brock Lesnar that caught the attention of fans and media alike was his infamous chest tattoo. The large, sword-shaped tattoo sprawled across Lesnar's chest is a visual symbol of his persona: bold, aggressive, and in your face. But while Lesnar claimed that the tattoo represented the metaphorical sword that had once hung over his head, many fans didn't see it as a weapon at all. Instead, the shape and placement of the tattoo led to widespread speculation and laughter. Many fans felt that the sword bore a striking resemblance to something else entirely, a phallic symbol. The internet exploded with memes and jokes about the tattoo, with some questioning whether it was an intentional design choice or a massive misstep. Despite the jokes, Lesnar defended his tattoo, explaining its personal significance and how it marked a difficult period in his life. However, no matter how Lesnar explained it, the tattoo continued to be the subject of endless online chatter, with some fans unable to look past its suggestive appearance. Lesnar's genetic comment, a racism scandal in the making. Brock Lesnar's unfiltered comments have earned him a reputation as a man who speaks his mind, but one statement in particular sent shockwaves through the sports and wrestling world. In a 2009 feature article for Maxim magazine, Lesnar made a comment that many felt bordered on racist. In an attempt to explain his incredible athletic abilities, Lesnar said, "I've got the genetics of not to get into racism or anything, but I'm built like a black man." The statement was immediately met with backlash. Lesnar's attempt to explain his physical prowess by comparing himself to black athletes sparked accusations of racism. Fans and critics alike were appalled by his comments, which seemed to disregard the complexities of race and genetics. His words painted an unsettling picture, and many were quick to call him out for what they saw as a tone-deaf remark. While Lesnar later attempted to clarify his statement, the damage had already been done. The comment became one of the most talked-about moments of his career, overshadowing his athletic achievements and highlighting the dangerous implications of making race a topic of discussion in such a context. The homophobic comments and the Jericho confrontation. As if accusations of racism weren't enough, Lesnar also found himself embroiled in another controversy that revolved around homophobia. This time, the incident occurred backstage at WWE's SummerSlam 2016. The altercation began over Lesnar's brutal match with Randy Orton, in which Lesnar allegedly used stiff elbows that left Orton bloodied and bruised. Chris Jericho, who was backstage, confronted Lesnar about the match, accusing him of being reckless and putting Orton's health at risk. The confrontation soon escalated, and reports surfaced that Lesnar hurled homophobic slurs at Jericho, further igniting the tension between the two. Jericho, never one to back down, responded by saying he would bite Lesnar's nose off. Lesnar helps Drew McIntyre, a rare show of professionalism. While Brock Lesnar is known for his fierce in-ring persona and unrelenting character, there have been moments when he showed a more professional and even caring side. One of these moments occurred during a match with Drew McIntyre at WWE's Royal Rumble in 2020. McIntyre, who was being positioned as the next big star in WWE, faced off against Lesnar in a match that would either make or break his future in the company. During the match, Lesnar demonstrated a level of professionalism and mentorship rarely seen from him. Rather than simply focusing on himself, Lesnar made sure that McIntyre would come out of the match looking strong, reminding him to pick up the belt in a pivotal moment. This break from character was a refreshing side of Lesnar that many fans appreciated. Breaking the streak. Lesnar ends The Undertaker's undefeated WrestleMania record. Perhaps the most shocking and historic moment in WWE history occurred on April 6, 2014, when Brock Lesnar ended The Undertaker's legendary undefeated streak at WrestleMania. The streak, which stood at 21-0, was thought to be untouchable. No one in their right mind believed that anyone would be the one to defeat The Undertaker on the grandest stage of them all. However, as the match unfolded, it became clear that Lesnar was determined to make history. The match was a brutal, hard-hitting affair, with both men leaving everything in the ring. Lesnar, with his raw power, overwhelmed The Undertaker and ultimately delivered 3 devastating F5s, sealing the historic victory and ending the streak. The moment was nothing short of shocking. The crowd was left in stunned silence, unable to process what had just happened. For the first time in 21 years, The Undertaker's streak was over, and Brock Lesnar was the man who had done it. Lesnar didn't stop there, though. Crashing Hulk Hogan's birthday, a legendary moment of chaos. Brock Lesnar is no stranger to chaos, and his unscripted appearance at Hulk Hogan's birthday celebration on WWE Raw in 2014 proved just how far he was willing to push the limits. The segment was meant to honor Hogan, one of WWE's greatest icons. But when Lesnar's music hit, all hell broke loose. Lesnar stormed the ring, grabbed the microphone, and delivered a cutting remark to Hogan, saying, Party's over, Grandpa! The moment was electric, and the crowd's reaction was mixed with shock and excitement. The tension escalated, and a confrontation between Lesnar and Hogan ensued. Eventually, John Cena intervened, challenging Lesnar to a fight and forcing him to withdraw. Laughing at R-Truth. A surprising moment of levity. Brock Lesnar is known for being a stoic, no-nonsense figure in the wrestling ring. But in one unexpected moment, he showed a rare glimpse of humor. During an episode of WWE Raw in 2020, Lesnar and his advocate, Paul Heyman, were in the ring, hyping Lesnar's upcoming participation in the Royal Rumble. Suddenly, the microphone was grabbed by R-Truth, who mistakenly thought he was entering the Rumble to face Paul Heyman, not Brock Lesnar. The absurdity of the situation had the crowd in stitches, and even Lesnar couldn't contain his laughter. He broke his character and let out a genuine laugh at the situation, surprising fans and showcasing a lighter side of his persona. Lesnar's loss to Goldberg. A humbling defeat. In a shocking turn of events, Brock Lesnar found himself on the losing end of a major match against Goldberg at the 2016 Survivor Series. The match, which was a rematch of their disastrous WrestleMania 20 encounter, had fans buzzing with anticipation. However, what followed was not the hard-hitting, back-and-forth contest many had hoped for. Goldberg came out with relentless aggression, hitting Lesnar with 2 spears that sent the Beast crashing to the mat. The quickness of the match was a far cry from what fans were expecting, and Lesnar's loss sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. Though many criticized the decision, it ultimately served to humanize Lesnar and set up a future rivalry with Goldberg that culminated in an epic showdown at WrestleMania 33.